Welcome to Strictly Salina. I am your host, Ann Knowles. I want to tell you a little bit about the program. Strictly Salina is an event for you, the audience, to learn about a whole variety of organizations, events, attractions, nonprofit organizations in Salina. We're here to educate and to entertain you. If you would like to be a part of Strictly Salina, all you have to do is get on the phone and dial 785-823-2500. That's 785-823-2500. I am particularly pleased today to have as our guest Chad Young, who is the Executive Director of the Salina Rescue Mission. Now, Chad, I don't want to do very much talking. I want you to do the talking. First of all, tell us who you are, how long you've been at the mission, and then tell us about the rescue mission.
Well, I've been at the rescue mission for 11 years. When I first came to the rescue mission, I was actually serving as a pastor of the Mentor United Methodist Church.
Okay, I did not know that.
And I was serving there as pastor for 2 years, and it was during my pastoral role there that I became familiar with the Salina Rescue Mission and started volunteering at the mission. And
isn't that amazing?
It is.
Life takes us on interesting transitions.
I never thought that was the journey where God was going to lead me, but you know, it all makes sense.
It does
now.
it does make sense.
And so I've been there for 11 years. I was hired on as the operations director. And then when my predecessor, Steve Kometz, retired after 22 years, I got the blessing and the opportunity to become the new executive director there.
If it's not inappropriate, bless you for doing this.
Well, thank you. I feel blessed by doing this. And I tell you, it helps me to grow just as much as it helps the men that we're here to serve. And I think most of our staff, if not all of our staff, would say the same thing.
How many staff are there?
We have 18 people on staff at the rescue mission. You know, one thing people may not know is we have to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We don't take off for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
I know you don't. It
is just a continual need every single day that we're trying to meet.
Because people who need help and need to grow and need to become independent again have to have that support.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too, because we get to see lives being transformed in the process. You know, as a ministry, we are a Christian ministry.
Yes.
Here in this community, helping homeless men, which is our emphasis, helping men to get their lives back on track, back on their own 2 feet. We do not run a overnight shelter. That's good to know. You know, it's no flop house, that's for sure. What we are doing is we're helping men who want to help themselves get back on their own 2 feet, and we do that through 3 awesome programs that we run.
Tell us about the programs.
The primary program that most of the men participate in is called the Guest Employment Program.
All right.
And in that program, the men are looking to come in, get a job, save money, and then move back out into the community, into their own apartment. And so we're helping men going from being homeless back to being employed, a productive member of society, back to living in their own place.
Is there even a guess at an average time? I know it would differ man to man, but what would an average time be for someone?
Sure. The average time that someone would stay at the rescue mission is 60 days.
Okay.
And I'd prefer to see it even be longer than that.
Yeah.
That, you know, with the men that we work with, sometimes we get in a hurry.
Right.
And so we want things now. And so sometimes a guy will come in, he'll get a job, and he'll get a paycheck or two. And instead of going slow and paying off debts and then saving money, which is what we'd like to see, sometimes you get that money in your pocket and it becomes a big temptation.
Well, and it's
to
hard to make all that change in 60 days, but can someone stay any longer than that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We don't have a time limit on a number of days. We set up everything by goals. So we work with each individual man according to his own situation and circumstances, and we set up goals that will help him to become successful. And as long as he's working on those goals and making progress, then we will continue to work with him.
So is each man's set of goals very different from the next man's set of goals?
Well, certainly you have your big blocks that are the same for most men, which is, you know, get a job, pay off debts, save money, find a place to live. Those are the big blocks that apply to the majority of those who come to the mission. And so, but within that, there are other categories of help that's needed. So perhaps someone is on corrections, or someone owes child support, and they have some family issues that need to be resolved, or someone who needs additional education, or someone who comes in who doesn't have any identification and they need to start from scratch with getting their birth certificate, getting their social security card, just so that they can be in a position to go out and get a job.
How did the men find you?
They come to us from many different sources. Some people are from the Salina area and just know of us from living in the community. We also serve the surrounding cities and communities, you know, whether it's Lindsborg, Abilene, Tesket,
Lincoln. Do you get
Lincoln,
referrals from other social service agencies also?
Yes, we do. We get referrals from other social service agencies, from the police, from the hospital. Everybody in the community knows that we're a resource to help when someone's homeless and in need of help to get back on their own 2 feet, and that's what our goal is. We're completely funded and supported by the free will giving of people in the community. We don't accept federal, state, or local money, so everything is given
by donation.
It's by donation, and that says a lot about our community, that people care about others. And you know, I feel like it's such a benefit to the community because it gives people who want to help a safe avenue to help and to get involved, whether they get involved by donating money or getting involved by volunteering, coming out to serve a meal, getting involved with our garden, or running errands, or one of our events that we put on as a fundraiser.
Do you have a volunteer coordinator?
Yes, we do. We haven't ever had one before. It's kind of been like, you know, well, which hat do I need to wear right now?
I was going to ask you that.
But we did recently hire a guy named Trevor, and that's what his job role is now, is to coordinate the volunteers, and we're very thankful for that. And so,
about how many volunteers do you have right now? Not enough, probably, or maybe too many.
Well, I tell you, there's never enough in the sense that we have more opportunities that we could be capitalizing on. So right now, I would say that all in all throughout the year, probably about 300 people come and get involved in some way, shape, or form out at the rescue mission.
Will Trevor and you visit churches or other organizations and put the word out so that entity might know that volunteers from that group would be most welcome at the mission.
Absolutely. That's one of the roles that I really get to enjoy is
Good.
going out and talking to churches
Yes.
and other community organizations. So all people have to do is call me and ask me, and I'm usually pretty agreeable to finding a time to come out there and visit and share with people what we do at the rescue mission.
Can you tell us anything about the history of the mission and why it's located where it is now and where it is located?
Yes, so right now we're at 1716 Summers Road, and everybody says, "Where's Summers Road?"
That's right.
We're out by the Tony's Pizza Factory. We're in an old military barracks building out there. And so we've been there now since 1999. So almost 20 years we've been out there. That was a
wonderful move, I think.
Yes, it has been. And prior to that, we were at 12th and Bishop here in the north downtown area.
Right.
And, you know, that building had seen better days.
Well, and it was small. It was too small.
It was, and the need was not going away. And so we had some great people from the community come alongside Steve and help him to find the building that we now have. And I remember Steve saying this when he told me that when they first moved into the building, he never dreamed that they would need all that space. But here we are now kind of bursting at the seams.
Absolutely.
And so we are in the middle of a renovation at the mission right now.
Oh, good. Tell us about that.
And so as I shared earlier, we have 76 beds.
Right.
When we're done with this renovation, we hope to have 105 beds.
My.
And hopefully that will keep us running strong in that location for many years to come.
In the research that you've done, and I know you have done this, about other similar programs, maybe in other communities, what do you think the major strengths are of our rescue mission?
Well, I believe that our number one strength that we have is our relationship with God and Jesus Christ. We put God first in everything that we do. You know, it's one thing to help a man get a job and save money and move into an apartment. But the reality is this: almost every guy who's come to the mission has had a job before, has had money before, has had a place to live before. There's something else wrong that needs to be addressed.
Right.
And for me, it starts with our relationship with God. And so we're very open. We don't cram Jesus down people's throat.
No.
It's an invitation, and it starts with an introduction. Do you know the loving God who came into the world and gave himself on the cross for you?
Yes.
That's who God is. He's a loving God who offers himself to us, but it's up to us to make the decision to receive him.
It is.
And so we're helping people in the name of Christ. We're offering it in the name of Christ. And if you will accept Christ as your Savior, we'd love to show you how Christ can help you build a stronger foundation for your life.
We have about a minute left for us to visit. Tell us the best way to get in touch with you.
The best way to get in touch with me is either calling the mission at 785-823-2610 and just ask for Chad. And I'd love to talk with you and share with you or your organization more about what we do. The other way to get in touch with me is by email. I'm very responsive to email. It's chad@salinarescuemission.com. And so those are two ways that you can get in touch with me. And I'd love to be able to talk with people. And I also love to give tours of the mission.
Absolutely.
You can come out and we can show you around the mission, because we still have 2 other programs that we didn't talk about
with the new life program and the medical and mental health program.
That's right. And then our feeding program.
That's right.
Which is open to the entire community. So it's common to see women, children, and families from the community come in and receive a meal from the mission.
It is so terribly, terribly important for all of us in Salina to understand why this resource is necessary. And we would encourage anyone who wants to volunteer to be in touch with Chad as well.
Yes.
Is there any last comment you'd like to leave with us?
First, I just want to say thank you to Salina and everybody in the surrounding communities that have been helping us out over these last 37 years that we've been serving in the community. And we look forward to 37 more.
The Salina Rescue Mission is an important foundation stone for the health of our community. Please participate in keeping it running and going by your caring and participation. Thank you for being with us today.